Olivia de Havilland. Born on July 1, 1916, Olivia de Havilland was a living bridge between the glamour of Hollywood's golden age and the modern world. She lived an extraordinary 104 years, passing away in the summer of 2020. Her longevity wasn't just a biological marvel. It was a testament to her resilience and ability to adapt in an industry that often discards its stars. Olivia's career began in the 1930s, and she quickly became one of the most celebrated actresses of her time, winning 2 Academy Awards and starring in iconic films like Gone with the Wind. But her most enduring legacy came not from her performances, but from her courage to challenge the studio system. In 1943, she sued Warner Brothers over restrictive contracts that kept actors tied to studios indefinitely. Her victory, known as the de Havilland Law, reshaped Hollywood and gave performers more control over their careers. Despite her professional triumphs, Olivia's personal life was marked by a bitter feud with her sister, actress Joan Fontaine, that lasted until Joan's death in 2013. Olivia's life was a rare combination of grace, defiance, and longevity, making her one of the few stars to truly outlive her era. Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas was born on December 9, 1916, and lived to the remarkable age of 103, passing away in February 2020. His life was a saga as dramatic as any of his films. Known for his intense performances in classics like Spartacus and Paths of Glory, Kirk was one of the last surviving icons of Hollywood's golden age. But his legacy wasn't just about his acting. In 1960, he made a bold move that changed Hollywood forever by hiring blacklisted screenwriter Dalton Trumbo to write Spartacus, effectively ending the Hollywood blacklist. This act of defiance wasn't just a career risk, it was a stand for justice during one of the darkest periods in the industry's history. Kirk's life was also marked by incredible resilience. He survived a near-fatal helicopter crash in 1991 and a severe stroke in 1996 that left him struggling to speak. Despite these setbacks, he continued to write, publish memoirs, and inspire others with his determination. Few know that he also donated millions to charity, funding education programs and rebuilding playgrounds in underserved communities. Kirk Douglas didn't just live to 103, he lived every one of those years with purpose, leaving behind a legacy of courage and compassion. Gloria Stewart. Gloria Stewart was born on July 4, 1910, and lived to the incredible age of 100, passing away in September 2010. Her life was a story of reinvention and endurance, much like the characters she portrayed. Gloria began her career in the 1930s, starring in films like The Invisible Man and Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. But after a successful run in Hollywood's golden age, she stepped away from acting for decades, focusing on her art and family. What's astonishing is that she made a stunning comeback in the 1990s, earning an Academy Award nomination at the age of 87 for her role as the elderly Rose in Titanic. Few realize that Gloria was also a founding member of the Screen Actors Guild, fighting for fair treatment and better working conditions for actors during a time when the industry was rife with exploitation. Beyond her acting, she was a talented artist, creating hand-painted furniture and prints that were displayed in galleries. Gloria's century-long life was a testament to the power of reinvention and perseverance. While most remember her as the wistful storyteller of Titanic, her real-life journey was just as epic, filled with quiet battles and remarkable triumphs. Bob Hope. Born on May 29, 1903, Bob Hope lived an extraordinary 100 years, passing away in July 2003. His life wasn't just long, it was packed with achievements that spanned nearly every corner of entertainment. Known as one of the greatest comedians of all time, Bob dominated radio, television, and film, starring in classics like the Road 2 series alongside Bing Crosby. But his true legacy lies in his tireless dedication to entertaining troops during wartime. Over the course of 50 years, he performed for soldiers in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and even the Gulf War. Few realize that he traveled to some of the most dangerous locations in the world to bring laughter to those on the front lines. His efforts earned him the title of an honorary veteran, a rare distinction for a civilian. Beyond his comedy, Bob was a savvy businessman, amassing a fortune through real estate investments that made him one of the wealthiest entertainers of his time. Yet, his personal life was not without controversy. Rumors of extramarital affairs followed him for decades, though he remained married to his wife Dolores for nearly 70 years. Bob Hope's century-long life was a testament to his adaptability, his relentless work ethic, and his ability to bring joy to millions, even in the darkest of times. Marcia Hunt. Marcia Hunt was born on October 17, 1917, and lived to an astonishing 104 years, passing away in September 2022. Her career began in the 1930s, and she quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising young stars, appearing in films like Pride and Prejudice and The Human Comedy. But her life took a dramatic turn in the late 1940s when she was blacklisted during the Red Scare for her political activism. Marcia was one of the few actors brave enough to speak out against the House Un-American Activities Committee, a decision that effectively ended her career in major studio films. What's remarkable is how she reinvented herself after Hollywood turned its back on her. Marcia became a passionate humanitarian, working with the United Nations and advocating for causes like world hunger and homelessness. Few know that she also played a key role in the civil rights movement, using her platform to fight for equality during a time when it was far from popular. Despite the challenges she faced, Marcia lived a life of purpose and integrity, proving that her legacy extended far beyond the silver screen. Her 104 years were filled with quiet courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better place. Norman Lloyd. Norman Lloyd was born on November 8, 1914, and lived an extraordinary 106 years, passing away in May 2021. His career was nothing short of legendary, spanning over 9 decades and encompassing nearly every aspect of the entertainment industry. Norman began his career in the 1930s as a stage actor, working with Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater. He transitioned to film in the 1940s, starring in Alfred Hitchcock's Saboteur, where he famously fell from the Statue of Liberty in one of cinema's most iconic scenes. What's astonishing is that Norman didn't just act. He directed, produced, and worked behind the scenes on some of television's most groundbreaking shows, including Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Few realize that he was also a close friend of Charlie Chaplin and stood by him during the Red Scare, a time when many distanced themselves from the controversial comedian. Norman's longevity wasn't just physical, it was professional. He continued acting well into his 90s, appearing in films like Dead Poets Society and Trainwreck. His 106 years were a masterclass in reinvention, adaptability, and an unrelenting passion for his craft. Norman Lloyd wasn't just a witness to Hollywood history. He was a part of it, shaping the industry across generations. Connie Sawyer. Born on November 27, 1912, Connie Sawyer lived an extraordinary 105 years, passing away in January 2018. Known as the oldest working actress in Hollywood, Connie's career spanned an incredible 8 decades, making her a living archive of entertainment history. While she may not have been a household name, her face was instantly recognizable, appearing in over 140 film and television roles, including When Harry Met Sally and The Way West. What's remarkable is that Connie didn't achieve widespread recognition until later in life, proving that persistence can outlast even the most competitive industries. Few know that she began her career as a stand-up comedian in the 1930s, performing in nightclubs alongside legends like Frank Sinatra. Even more surprising, she was one of the first women to break into the male-dominated world of comedy writing, penning jokes for some of the biggest names of the era. Connie's longevity wasn't just physical, it was professional. She continued acting well into her hundreds, with her final role airing in 2014. Her life was a testament to the power of reinvention and resilience, showing that age is no barrier to creativity or success. Karen Marsh Dahl. Karen Marsh Dahl was born on April 6, 1919, and lived to an astonishing 104 years, passing away in August 2023. While her name may not be instantly familiar, her contributions to Hollywood's golden age are unforgettable. Karen began her career as a dancer and actress, appearing in films like Ziegfeld Girl and Best Foot Forward. However, her most iconic role was one she never received on-screen credit for. She was the dance double for Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. Every time Dorothy skips down the yellow brick road, it's Karen's graceful movements that audiences are watching. Few realize that Karen narrowly escaped tragedy in 1949 when she survived a devastating plane crash in California. The crash left her with severe injuries, but she recovered and went on to teach dance for decades, inspiring countless students. Even more astonishing, Karen became a passionate advocate for aviation safety, using her experience to push for reforms in the industry. Her 104 years were filled with quiet contributions and remarkable resilience, making her a hidden yet vital thread in the fabric of Hollywood history. Patricia Morison. Patricia Morison was born on March 19, 1915, and lived an extraordinary 103 years, passing away in May 2018. Known for her striking beauty and commanding presence, Patricia was a star of both the screen and the stage. She appeared in films like The Song of Bernadette and Kiss of Death, but her most iconic role came later in her career when she originated the part of Lily Vanessy in the Broadway musical Kiss Me, Kate. Her powerful voice and magnetic performance made her a sensation, and the show became one of the most celebrated musicals of its time. What's less known is that Patricia's film career was stifled by the studio system, which often relegated her to supporting roles despite her immense talent. Frustrated by the lack of opportunities, she turned to the stage, where she found the creative freedom Hollywood denied her. Even more surprising, Patricia was also a talented painter, creating works that were exhibited in galleries throughout her life. Her 103 years were a testament to her versatility and determination, proving that true artistry can thrive even in the face of industry limitations. Glynis Johns. Born on October 5, 1923, Glynis Johns was one of the few stars that made it to 100 years, passing away in early 2024. Known for her distinctive husky voice and sparkling charm, Glynis became a beloved actress in films like Mary Poppins, where she played the suffragette mother and the court jester opposite Danny Kaye. What many don't realize is that Glynis was also a trailblazer for women in entertainment. She was one of the first actresses to demand equal billing with her male co-stars, a bold move in an era when women were often relegated to secondary roles. Even more fascinating, Glynis was a talented singer, and the song "Send in the Clowns" from Stephen Sondheim's A Little Night Music was written specifically for her. Few know that her career began as a child actress in the 1930s, and she seamlessly transitioned from ingenue to character roles, a feat that eluded many of her contemporaries. Glynis's longevity is not just a testament to her talent, but also her ability to adapt to the ever-changing entertainment industry. Her 100 years have been filled with quiet triumphs and groundbreaking achievements, making her a true icon of resilience and grace. Ruth Ford. Ruth Ford was born on July 7, 1911, and lived to an extraordinary 101 years, passing away in August 2009. While she may not be as well known as some of her contemporaries, Ruth's life was a fascinating tapestry of art, literature, and Hollywood glamour. She began her career as a model and actress, appearing in films like The Keys of the Kingdom and The Woman Who Came Back. However, Ruth's true legacy lies in her connections to the literary and artistic worlds. She was a muse and confidant to some of the most influential writers and artists of the 20th century, including William Faulkner and Tennessee Williams. Few know that Ruth's brother, Charles Henry Ford, was a prominent poet and editor, and together they created a bohemian salon in New York City that attracted the likes of Andy Warhol and Truman Capote. Even more surprising, Ruth inherited a fortune from her second husband, painter Zachary Scott, and spent her later years living in a sprawling Manhattan apartment filled with priceless art. Her 101 years were a blend of Hollywood, high society, and avant-garde culture, making her a unique figure in the history of the Golden Age. Nehemiah Persoff. Born on August 2, 1919, Nehemiah Persoff lived an extraordinary 102 years, passing away in April 2022. Known as one of Hollywood's most versatile character actors, Nehemiah appeared in over 200 film and television roles, often portraying intense, complex characters. His career began in the 1940s, and he quickly became a sought-after actor, appearing in classics like On the Waterfront and Some Like It Hot, where he played the mob boss Little Bonaparte. What's astonishing is that Nehemiah's journey to Hollywood was anything but ordinary. Born in Jerusalem, he immigrated to the United States as a child and worked as a subway electrician in New York City before pursuing acting. Few realize that he was one of the founding members of the Actors Studio, training alongside legends like Marlon Brando and James Dean. Even more surprising, Nehemiah retired from acting in the 1990s to focus on painting, creating stunning works of art that were exhibited in galleries. His 102 years were a testament to his adaptability and passion for storytelling, both on and off the screen. Nehemiah's life was a quiet triumph, filled with artistic reinvention and a legacy that continues to inspire. Ellen Albertini Dow. Ellen Albertini Dow was born on November 16, 1913, and lived an extraordinary 101 years, passing away in May 2015. While she is best remembered for her hilarious performance as the rapping grandmother in The Wedding Singer, Ellen's career spanned decades and included roles in films like Patch Adams and Wedding Crashers. What's remarkable is that Ellen didn't achieve widespread recognition until her 70s, proving that it's never too late to make an impact. Few know that she began her career as a drama coach, teaching acting to students like James Dean and Jack Nicholson. Even more surprising, Ellen was a classically trained pianist and incorporated her musical talents into many of her roles. Her longevity in Hollywood was matched by her zest for life, as she continued acting well into her 90s. Ellen's 101 years were filled with reinvention and resilience, showing that success can come at any age. Her life was a celebration of creativity, humor, and the power of perseverance, making her a beloved figure in both Hollywood and beyond. Diana Sarah Carey. Born on October 29, 1918, Diana Sarah Carey lived an extraordinary 101 years, passing away in February 2020. Known to the world as Baby Peggy, she was one of the first child stars of Hollywood's silent era, achieving fame and fortune before she was even old enough to understand it. By the age of 5, Diana had appeared in over 100 short films and several feature-length productions, making her one of the highest-paid child actors of the 1920s. However, her story took a darker turn when her parents squandered her earnings, leaving her penniless by the time she was a teenager. Few know that Diana's career was effectively destroyed when her father had a falling out with a major studio executive, a decision that ended her stardom overnight. What's even more astonishing is how she reinvented herself later in life. Diana became a respected author and historian, writing extensively about the exploitation of child actors in Hollywood. Her advocacy helped bring attention to the lack of legal protections for young performers, paving the way for reforms in the industry. Diana's 101 years were a testament to resilience, as she transformed a childhood of exploitation into a lifetime of purpose and advocacy. Irving Rapper. Irving Rapper was born on January 16, 1902, and lived an extraordinary 101 years, passing away in December 1999. As a director during Hollywood's golden age, Irving was responsible for some of the most iconic films of the era, including Now Voyager and The Corn is Green. What's remarkable is that Irving's career began not in Hollywood, but on the stage, where he worked as a dialogue coach for actors transitioning from silent films to talkies. Few realize that his work behind the scenes helped shape the careers of stars like Bette Davis, with whom he collaborated on several films. Even more surprising, Irving was known for his ability to navigate the egos and tensions of Hollywood's biggest stars, earning their trust and delivering unforgettable performances. Despite his success, Irving's career waned in the 1950s as the studio system began to decline. However, his contributions to cinema remain undeniable, and his films continue to be celebrated for their emotional depth and timeless appeal. Irving's 101 years were a testament to his talent, adaptability, and enduring impact on Hollywood's golden age. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Also, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our newest videos. Thanks for watching.